when we look into the causes of any disorder, Ayurveda is the science which has very simplified the causes of disease. They have classified the causes only into two types. One is a wrong lifestyle and one is a wrong diet. They have said that aharasya viharasya asyat dosha gunaihi dhaturabi vigunasyapi strotasa pradushakaha. Means if there is a problem in your diet and if there is a problem in your lifestyle, these two can lead into number of diseases. Nowadays we are seeing that majority of the metabolic disorders, we call them as in lifestyle disorders. And when we talk about lifestyle, we see that we more and more emphasize that we are doing yoga, we are doing pranayam, we are doing asanas, we are doing aerobics, we are going to gym, we are running, we are jogging, we are walking for 10,000 steps per day, but still we have some problems though we are maintaining a very good diet. Then is this lifestyle, following this type of lifestyle, regularly exercising, going for yoga, walking regularly, having 10,000 steps per day, running, jogging, or going for gym, is this lifestyle sufficient to maintain a normal health? And the answer is definitely no. As we have certain rules and regulations regarding the physical exercises, there are also mental exercises and there are also mental urges which are to be kept under control, which can create stress over the mind and that can create number of disorders. So those things which create stress in our mind, or those urges which are every time better to suppressed, those are to be followed very nicely, and these suppression of urges should be included in our regularly daily lifestyle. That's a very important part which we all are missing. Then what the Samhita says that imanstu dharayet vegan hitarthi preti chehecha sahasanam ashastanam manovaka kayakarmanam lobh shok bhayakrodha मान वेगान विधारयेत नैर्लज्य ईर्ष्या अतिरागाणाम अभिध्यायाश्च बुद्धिमान परुषस्य अतिमात्रस्य सूचकस्य अनृत्यस्य च वाक्यस्य अकालयुक्तस्य धारयेत वेगमुत्थितम देहप्रकृत्या कचित विद्यते परपीडया स्त्री भोगास्त्या हिंसाद्या तस्या वेगान विधारयेत पुण्यशब्दो विपापत्वान मनोवाक कायकर्मणाम धर्मार्थ कामान पुरुषः सुखी भुंक्ते चिनोति च. What do you mean by this? That there are certain urges of the mind, there are certain conditions of the mind, there are certain deeds which are to be controlled very nicely, and if they are not controlled properly, then a person land into major diseases. I have gone through certain quotations for cardiac disorders which are laid down by Charak, and Charak says that a single anger or excess of anger, excess of worries, these are the two things which can land a person into severe cardiac disorders. So whatever the blood thinners I am taking, whatever the statins I am taking, they are not going to control my anger. I have to control my anger by my practice. And this practice of controlling the anger can help me to be apart from cardiac disorders or diseases of metabolic disorders. So what are the suppressible urges which are to be controlled, where these are to be included into the lifestyle? That in a regular way, we have lot of greed regarding many materialistic things, that I want this car, I want this refrigerator, I want this mobile, I want this iPhone. So all these are the greed of minds, and if I don't get it, then I land into frustration that can create lot of stress on my mind. So the most important thing is greed, that is what we call as lobha. So a wise person should suppress this lobha or greed. So whatever you have, we have to try to be satisfied in what we have. If we don't have, we should try for it. But if our mind gets greedy behind that, then that can create lot of stress on the mind, landing our mind and body into number of diseases. The second thing is grief or shok. Unnecessarily, if we are having grief regarding whatever are the consequences in the life, we should try to forget those consequences and try to make our life more and more easy. So this type of unnecessarily taking grief of the consequences in the life should be avoided, and we should just pass on the life and just forget the whatever has been happened in the previous days and overcome the things very nicely. So if we are not under grief for a longer period, for example, there is a death of some family member in the family. Okay, the death has happened, that is to be accepted by the mind. Or some loss has been happened in the family, there is some financial losses, there is some life has lost, or something has happened which can create a strong grief. But for how many days? So we have to accept the things what has been occurred. We can't change it, and we should be out of the grief as soon as possible and try to live the normal life. That makes us stress free, that makes our mind stress free, and that can again keep our mind and body healthy. Then the third thing is fear. That is the biggest stress creating factor on the mind. We have lot of fears of lot of things. Lot of fears, right from God we have a fear. And we have a fear of God because we are doing many things which are not desirable in the life, which are not desired. That's why we have a fear regarding God. So just the fear for God, fear for the parents, fear for the children, fear for the relatives, fear for the bosses, fear for the colleagues, fear of the friends, fear of a wife, fear of a husband. So all these fears at a subconscious level every time may land us into wrong thinking process. So if we are under fear, our decisions also go wrong. So fear should not be there. Whatever we are working, we should see that we are working in a non-fearful condition. There should be no fear at all. And if we are working in a non-fearful condition, then our efficiency of work, our excellence, they go to a very good height. And then we can have a very good health because the mind is stress-free at that time. So these are very important things, that lobha, shok, fear and anger. Lot of work has been done on anger, lot of research work has been done on anger, and anger creates lot of changes right from the mind, right from the brain to the heart to the body tissues. Lot of changes are seen when there is more and more anger. So there are certain tools which can help us to control the anger. So we should follow those tools. We should have some spiritual hearings, spiritual lectures should be or spiritual preaching should be there, and then spirituality, then somewhat methodological thinking process that can help us to keep our anger under control. And when the anger is under control, then definitely we can have a proper thought process, we can think in a rational way, and this thought process can help us to develop ourselves very nicely, and that can help us for a very happy mind, very plain mind, that can help us for a proper health also. So the fifth one is the mana or vanity, what we call as a ego. And that is the biggest issue, that first of all that we should see that we should be totally grounded. A person who is totally grounded, who is ground to earth, who doesn't have any ego or any vanity in his mind, that she has not asked me, he has not asked me, I am so powerful, people are not asking me. So what are all these things that creates an ego, that I am a learned person, why I should talk with an unlearned person, I am a rich person, why should I talk with a poor person? So that ego in the mind of a person, that kills that person, and that ego also create lot of stress. For example, I'll give you certain examples, that many people are on the social medias and they put post on the social medias, and there is a presumption that they will get hundreds of likes to their post, and if they don't get the likes, their ego hurts, and again they land into depression. So, and then they feel that nobody is asking me, nobody is behind me, nobody is following me, and that creates lot of depression into their mind, creating lot of problems with their health issues. So there should be, if you want to post it, why you are expecting something likes from the people? So these are the things like ego, and that ego should be kept under control. Many mythological books, many spiritual books like Bhagavad Gita, like Dasbodh, they have chapters on this vanity and ego. We should go through that and see that we should be totally grounded, we should be totally ground to earth, and we should behave with the people without any mana or without vanity or ego, that can help us for a slimless life. Then shamelessness. Many a times the behavior of the children before the parents, many a times the behavior of parents, many a times behavior into the society, it is so shameless that creates lot of stress when we have behaved in that manner. So shamelessness should not be there at any time. We should not be shameful. So we should hold that shamelessness. We should never behave which is very abnormal into the society. So that type of behavior can create lot of stress on the mind, and that stress can also land us into diseases. So these are the things. Then jealousy, that we are every time jealous with our peers, with our companions, with our brothers and sisters, with our relatives, with our friends, with our neighbors. So every time this jealousy can create us into that, again into the greed. That jealousy can be converted into greed, and that greed again can land a person into disturbed mind, and that disturbed mind can have a disturbed body. So this excessive desire, then ill will. So these are the things, that is lobha shoka bhaya krodha mana vegana vidharayet nirlajjer atiraganam abhidhyayascha buddhiman. So all these urges are completely suppressible, and these urges, they should be included into a proper lifestyle. Just going for a gym regularly, exercising for 2 hours, keeping in mind lot of greed, lot of grief, lot of fear, or that is ego in the mind, that will not help to become a very, very healthy person. So thank you very much.